Hello, Holy Spirit family and teachers. I wanted to go over the behavior procedures. This is directly from our 2020-2021 student handbook on page 31 if you want to refer to this in the future. So in lower elementary, and we're talking grades K to 4, an infraction will be emailed from Digital Academy. We're recording everything in Digital Academy at this point. We may print out the infraction to be sent home if needed. That will be based on where we are with Digital Academy and whether that needs to be done from our end or not. A few changes. So in middle school, grades 6 to 8 and 5th grade, the number of infractions that had to accumulate before a disciplinary action was taken has been changed. So we've gone over this and came up with the idea of when a third infraction, sixth infraction are received, the student will receive a new study hall and will fill out that infraction form, and we're going to change that to make sure it doesn't say demerit form on it. On the seventh infraction, the student will be at the first infraction level. So we still have our levels as well, which is down below. I'll go over that in just a second. Once they reach those infraction levels, that's when after school detention begins. We did leave in this clause, which I think is very important, that serious infractions, if you think it's a serious enough behavior, Amy or myself will be happy to help you determine that, and we can make the choice of what exactly should happen with that student in particular. So we've reserved that right, which I think is very helpful for bigger situations. For grades 5th grade, 6, 7, and 8, during blended learning, as we're looking at the infractions, we decided to reset them monthly. So every month they will start over fresh again, since it is such a tough transition for everyone and we're being a little more serious with check-ins and things like that. So we're going to reset every month while we're doing blended learning or distance learning. So that's everybody 5th through 8th. Otherwise, it would be in effect the entire year for 6th, 7th, and 8th, and resets after the first semester for 5th grade. So here you'll see 7th infraction, 10th, 13th, and so on, going up in increments of 3. And then down here, something that we don't typically pay attention to as much as I would like, so I'm going to work on this. Restrictions for anyone who's on an infraction level. They're going to miss out on school parties and field trips and things like that. So I'm going to pay closer attention to that and try and get a hold of sports teams, coaches, and things like that so that the information flows better between both. In the lower elementary, your teachers are allowed to create your own homework policy. I suggest that you work within that grade band of 1st to 4th grade and talk about what you're doing so that it is fairly cohesive as you move through those 4 years in our school. And a few other things. For middle school homework infractions, it's 7 homework or leftover work assignments that were incomplete. If you deem that incomplete as a teacher, then you would enter that as an incomplete. And then that also goes across multiple subject areas just like before. So some of that didn't change, but I believe the number 7 is down because it was up to 12 at one point. But remember, we're resetting every month right now, and then we'll go back to the entire year later. If a student is missing a majority of their work across, several subject areas, 5 in 1 month, we really need to talk to them and make sure that, they're doing their homework and they're capable of keeping up on those assignments. So I will be reminding Ms. Chesler about our special lunch that we're having for anyone that does not have any infractions in a quarter. I think we're going to keep that to a quarterly reminder for her so that we're not doing it every single month right now. I will talk to her more about those details. We might have to do it a little more often. And then these are the forms. They're still in there, refocus forms and things like that. But that covers the homework policy from our end and what has changed. Again, if you have any questions about any of these changes or, you want to discuss how we see this working, I'd be happy to talk to you about it. I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday evening, and I will see you soon.